Hello everyone, welcome back. So we have learnt the numeric operator, logical operator and the comparison operator in detail, and I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. In this lesson we are going to learn about the string operator in ESQL. So when talking about the string operator, we have the this many string operator that we are going to learn. We are going to learn the contents, start with, end with, left and right, length, L trim, R trim, trim, overlay, position, replace, translate, replicate, space, URL decode and URL encode, and substring. So this many string operator we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that if you don't have any knowledge about any of operator, because we are going to cover everything in from basic in detail. Okay, so without going to definitions of anyone, let's cover each one of them separately and with the debugging using the toolkit. So let me directly move to the toolkit. Okay, so I have created a application name as a string operator already, and I have written the code also. So what I did, I just click on new and the application, written the application as its name as a string operator, and under that I have created a message flow dot message flow is a string operator, and in message flow I have used the similar pattern like that: mq input, mq output, and the compute node for the ESQL coding, MQ input node to send the input message, MQ output node to get the output message. In MQ input node in properties, we have selected the queue name as a test5.in, and in MQ output we have selected the output queue as a test5.out. So we are going to send a message in the test5.in, and we are expecting the message to be in the test5.out. Okay, now in also in properties, if you see, so in MQ input, in parsing I have selected the XML parsing, so we are going to allow only XML parsing, and in parsing option I have selected as a complete. Now let's go inside directly to compute node. Before going to compute node, let me tell you what example again I am going to use in this ESQL. You can see the all the string operator coding I have already written here, and I will be explaining each one of them in detail. But before that, as usual, let me tell you which example I am going to use in this video. Okay, so if you remember this example, this is the only one example that I have used earlier, where we have the XML tag as student detail. Under that we have the student. Under student we have the name, roll number, class, marks, branch. These all things. Okay, so that's the same example we are going to use in this video lecture. and you already know that we with the help of inref we declare the reference variable to the input root dot excellency dot student detail dot student. So we are declaring a variable that inref, which is of reference type and which is pointing to a student. So till a student it is the inref, till a student it is the inref. So we can access the name, role, class, marks, and branch like from using the inref dots. Where is that one? Yeah, using the inref dot name, inref dot role, inref dot class, inref dot marks, and inref dot branch, we can access the value. Okay, just I am trying to summarize the thing. Okay, So in this way again we are going to fetch the input message and we are going to see the all logical things. Okay, so let's directly switch to the each one of them. So we are going to learn the string operator in ESQL. Okay, and let's start with the first as a contents. Okay, so I have written here as a contents. You can see further here as a starts with and end with, further here for the left and right, further here for the length operator, further here for the L trim, R trim, further here for the overlay operator, further here examples for the replace, similarly for the others. Okay, so I am going to explain the each one of them. Okay, so let me first go through the contents operator. Okay, so when talking about the contents, so when talking about the contents operator, okay, so first I did what I did, I declare a variable that inref, that is referencing to the student. So with the help of inref dot name we can access the this Risu Tiwari. Now what I am checking in contents operator, the syntax for the contents is contents operator source expression comma search expression. So it returns the value as a boolean, so it can be written a true or false. So it returns true if search expression is present within source expression. So if this character is available into this character, then it will return true, otherwise return false. For example, suppose here we are using the contents, under that this is the source expression and this is the search expression. So if this expression is present within this, then it will return true. So you can see here Risu is there and here Risu Tiwari is there. So Risu is present in this expression, that Risu Tiwari. So it will return true. But for his this example, if we see Rahul is not present in this, so it will return false. So if this will contain in this, then it will return true, and if this will not contain in this, then it will return false. In other word, I can say that if this is the search expression and this is the source expression, the if search expression is contained in source expression, then it will return true, otherwise return false. So you can see here Risu is present in this, so it will return true, and here Rahul is not present here, so it will return false, right? Similarly, I have taken example for to explain in debug mode. So contains, there are 2 points to remember. Contains return the boolean value true and false. It will do to return true when the search expression is present in source expression. It will return false when the search expression is not present in source expression. So here I am checking if the input message, the message I am sending as a name field. So if this name, the input message that we are sending, the name value is contains the Risu, then it will return true and this is going to execute. And if it will return false, then else is going to execute, and here it will print like that Risu is missing in the name field. Okay, so we are just checking if the input message name field contains Risu or not. If it will contain Risu, it will print the name into output. If it will not contain Risu, it will give a it will print as Risu is missing in the name field. Okay, so let's execute the code in debug mode and let's see how basically it is working. But before that, I need to build a bar file. To create a bar file, just right click here and create a new bar file and write here as a a string operator. Just select the application, build and save, cross this, and if anything deployed earlier for the string operator, let me delete it. There is one application with a string it is deployed. Let me delete this one. Okay, so it is deleted. Now let me deploy. To deploy it, what I need to do, go to bar file. We have this bar file. Just right click here and click on deploy and just click on finish. So it has deployed successfully. Now launch the debugger. Right click here and launch debugger. Okay, now debugger launch. So currently if you see the name field having the Risu Tiwari, so what is going to happen, this is going to execute. So let me show you. I have already selected the queue name as a test5.in, that is the input queue. Let me select the message. So I have selected the message. Just click on write. Debugger has launched and it came here. Let's go inside compute node. So with the help of INREF, I just declare the input reference. So INREF, you can see INREF is directly pointing to this student. So under INREF, we have the name, role, class, marks, and branch. These all thing, these all 5 field. If you want to access the name, then what you can write, INREF dot name. It will give you the value that Risu Tiwari. Okay, so similarly if you check here, see here, what is the value, what I am checking, I am checking if INREF dot name, so INREF dot name, that is the Risu Tiwari, contains this or not. So you can see here Risu is present in this. Okay, so in this expression Risu is present because this is the Risu Tiwari. You can see this is the Risu Tiwari, so it will return true. And if a statement is going to execute, so this is going to execute. You can see it executed, and we are going to see in the output. Let me show you. You can see in output we are getting Risu Tiwari as a student name, because we are creating the field. If you see here, we are creating the field as a output root. Under output root we are creating a student and the name. Under name we are setting the value from the input root. So under them we are selecting this, setting this value, this. Okay, so in this way we have seen how basically contain operator works. Now let's try if the value is not contain, how basically whether it is returning false or not. Okay, so let me modify this name to Risu to Rahul. Okay, so now this time we are sending as a Rahul Tiwari. Okay, now let me open the message, return to the queue. It came here. Let's browse the message. Declare the INREF as a reference value, and if you see INREF dot name is currently the Rahul Tiwari. So this value is the Rahul Tiwari. So whether Risu is present in this, so it is not present in this because this is the search expression and this is the source expression. So each search expression is present in source expression? No. Is Risu is present in Rahul Tiwari? No. So it will return false. So if a statement is not going to execute, it will directly execute the else statement, and we are going to create a field name student, then name, then we are going to set this hard coding value that Risu is missing in its field. So after executing this, you can see it will directly came here, and after it you can see under student the same thing has been set. Okay, and same thing we are going to get in the output. So if you browse the queue, you can see the same thing we are seeing. Okay, so in this way contains works. So if I will take 1 more minute for the contain operator, contain operator returns true or false value. It will return true if the search expression present within the source expression. If the this is the search expression. If search expression is present within the source expression, it will return true. If search expression is not present within the source expression, it will return false. Okay. Now let's go to the next, that is the start with and end with. But before that, again, let me directly first do the work. What is the let me first build, save the bar file and deploy the bar file. Okay. I will do first work this, then second work will be explaining the concept, and third work is the testing the flow. So it's done. Now let me explain you. Okay. Second is the start with and the end with. Syntax for start with source expression and the search expression. It is similar to the contain operator. In contain, you can the source expression, search expression there. So it is similar to the contain operator. Only in contains we are writing the start with. Similarly for the end with source expression and the search expression. Okay. So it both also returns the boolean value, that's the true or false. So start with returns true if this source expression start with search, otherwise it returns false. Similarly, if the this source expression ends with search expression, then it will return true, and if it will otherwise it return false. For example, currently you can, so this is the source expression, so and this is the search expression. So if this search expression is starting with this source expression, you can see this is a starting, Rishu Tiwari is the starting word, so a starting field. So Rishu Tiwari is matching with this thing, so it will return true. So this is the source expression. If source expression is starting with this search expression, then it will return true. For this, let's check if source expression is starting with this. No, because source expression start word is Rishu, but for this it is Rahul. So it is source expression is not starting with this thing, so it will return false. Similarly, for the end with, we have to check whether if this source expression is ending with this search expression. So you can, the search expression is Rish Tiwari, and the source expression end is also Tiwari. The source expression is ending with search expression, so it will return true. Similarly, source, whether this source expression is ending with the search expression, no, correct, not, because here if you see the ending with Tiwari, where ending word is Y, but here if you see ending word is for Tiwari is I, so the word is not matching. So this source expression is not matching with this source expression in the word, that's the Tiwari, is not matching with this Tiwari. So this source expression is not ending with not ending with the search expression, so it will return false. So if the source expression is, it starts with search expression, then it will return true. If source expression will not start with search expression, it will return false. Similarly, if source expression ends with search expression, then it will return true. If source expression will not end with such expression, then it will return false. Okay. Similarly, in this example, what I am checking, whatever the name I am putting here, that's the Risu Tiwari. Let me again modify it. Okay. So whatever the name I am putting here, Risu Tiwari, in the input message, this input message I will check if that message will start with Risu. If it will start with Risu, then in output route I am just creating a field student dot name, and in name field I am just hard coding the first name is Risu. And if If in case, the this name is not starting with Risu, then it will go to else if condition, and here it will check if the name is ending with Tiwari. If name with end with Tiwari, then it will print as a send output as a last name is Tiwari. So what it is checking? It is checking that Risu Tiwari contains Risu or not. If no, sorry, Risu Tiwari, this consider this is Risu Tiwari. This Risu Tiwari or this name starts with Risu or not. If this it starts with Risu, then it will print that the first name is Risu. Otherwise, it will check if this name ends with Tiwari or not. If it's end with Tiwari, then it will print that last name is Tiwari. If it will not end with this, then it will not print anything and it will terminate out of LC block. Okay. So let me show you. Okay. So let me hit the flow to show you. Flow has been executed. It came here. This time declare the INREF. You can see currently in INREF we have the name as a Rahul Tiwari. So it will check INREF dot name is the Rahul Tiwari. So this is the Rahul Tiwari. Okay. So each Rahul Tiwari, it starts with Risu? No. Each Rahul Tiwari starts with Risu? No. So this if block is not going to execute. It will further check the else block. In else block, it will check if Rahul Tiwari ends with Tiwari. So yes, it ends with Tiwari. So this else LC block is going to execute, and we are going to get in output as a under student under name that last name is Tiwari. So let's see. You can see it directly came here, and after that in output you can see under student under that name we are creating a field, and that field we are assigning that last name is Tiwari. Okay. So and same thing you are going to see in the output queue. You can see last name is Tiwari. Okay. So in this way we can check the ends with. Now let's send this message with Risu Tiwari. So again, let me select the message. Let me write the message. And let me go inside the compute node. Here you can I have declared the INREF, and currently this time INREF.name is the Risu Tiwari. So each Risu Tiwari starts with Risu. Yes, Risu Tiwari starts with Risu. So in that case, this condition is satisfying. So it will return true, and if block is going to execute, and we are going to create out in output root as a student.name. Under that we are going to send a value as a first name is Risu. So it basically checks whether this source expression is starts with the search expression not. If it will start, so it will return a true, and if block is going to execute. And if this condition will not satisfy, then otherwise other condition or else block is going to execute, then it will return false. Similarly, in switch check whether the name here we are sending this name, that is the source expression, ends with this value or not. If this value ends with this value, then it will return true, otherwise it return false. So this time you can see this executed, and in output you can see the first name is Risu. Again, I will take 1 minute to summarize the start with and end with, because and every of the operator I will take 1 minute to summarize the before moving the other operator. Okay. So we have deal with the start with and end with. So we got a conclusion like that: start with and end with both return as a boolean true and false. If the source expression starts with search expression, then it will return true. And if this field not start with this field, then it will return false. Similarly ends with, if this field is starts with ends with this, then it will return true. And if this field will not end with this, then it will return false. Okay, so in this way we have seen how basically start with and end with works. So it is simple thing. It basically check whether the field is starting with the words or the field I'm a letter I'm providing, and it will check again it if the word if the expression is ending with the expression that we are providing. So it's simple checks like that: if the source expression start with the search expression, or if the source expression ends with search expression. That's simple, it checks. Okay, now let's go to the left and right. Okay, before that, again let me do the first task as a. So uncomment this, save this, build and save the bar file, deploy the bar file. My first task is this one. Second task is to explaining the concept, and third task is this the flow. Okay, so left and right, the expression for this syntax is the left source string and the length integer expression. Similarly for the right is right source string and the length integer expression. It returns a string consisting of source string truncated to the left given by the length expression. So what is this? If I will write left, and here I will write some expression, and here I will write the 5. So it will basically truncate the letter from from left. So if I will write written here 5 integer, so it will, what it will do, it will search first, second, third, fourth and fifth. So it will return 5 here. So it basically truncates from the left given by the length expression. So what is the length you are giving here? It is going to truncate the source expression, source string, by that letter from the left. Similarly, as you can see here, I have given as 7. So it is going to count from the left: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It will also include the space and the seventh. So it will return this value. You can see it will return this resu space t. Similarly, if I will return right here as a 9, so it will again count like this: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will return till here. Okay. So in this way, basically what it does, left truncates the source string, truncates the source string from left given by the length, this length. So it truncate the source string given by the length from left. Okay, similarly for the right do the same work. It also truncates the source string given by this length, but it truncates from the right. So if you see this example, here we have the Risu Tiwari, and I am truncating by 6 length from right. So from right, let's count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it will return Tiwari. You can see it will return Tiwari. If I will truncate by the length expression 8, so it will just count the from right: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will also include the space. 7, just 1 minute, 6, 7 and 8. So it will return like that, U space Tiwari. If I will write 10, so let's go again forward. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it will return SHU space Tiwari. Okay. So what it does, it source string truncated to the right given by the length expression. So if you are mentioning the left, so it will truncate the source string from left given by this length expression. If you mention the right, it will truncate the source string given by this length from right. So same example I am using here. What I am using here, you can see here, I am currently sending this as a name. A name contains the first name as a Rishu and the last name as a Tiwari, and we have a space between them. Okay. So what I want to print in output, I want to print in output, and I want to create a in output root under explainancy. I want to create a field X student. Under the student, I want to segregate the first name and the last name. And in first name, I want to print a Rishu, and last name I want to print a Tiwari. But here you can see it is combined. Here in input, the Rishu Tiwari is coming as a one field, that is the name. But here I want in output, I want first name to be different as a tag, as a first name, and last name as a last name. So what I can write, left and ref as a Rishu Tiwari to 5. So if I will say left will basically left will do, it will truncate this field, it will truncate this name from left by 5. You can see it will from left, from left 1 2 3 4 5. So we will get Rishu. So it, if I will apply left Rishu Tiwari by length expression 5, so it will truncate the Rishu Tiwari from left by length expression, that is the 5. So it will be Rishu. Okay. So we will get a return as this will return as a Rishu. Okay. Similarly for this one, if you see, I am truncating by I am using the right operator. I am truncating the name from right by length expression 6. The same you can see for this one. If I will apply right Rishu Tiwari and length expression as a 6, so it will truncate this expression from right by length expression 6. So it will be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So we'll get a Tiwari. Okay. So let's execute the flow to show you. So already deployed, let me hit the flow. So flow has been hit and it came here. Let's go inside the declare the INREF. You can see currently in INREF we have the name as the Rishu Tiwari. Okay. So first I will be using the, currently in output you can see there is nothing. Okay. So first I will be using left. So what I'm going to do, under output I'm going to create a field xmlnsc dot student. Under a student we are going to create a field first name. Under first name I am going to assign a value, this one. So what is this one? It will truncate this Rishu Tiwari from left by length expression 5. So we will get a Rishu. So you can see, if I will explain this one, you can see the first name as a Rishu we get. Okay. Similarly, now when the second line is going to execute, what is going to happen? It will truncate this name from right by length expression 6. So it will be Tiwari. So you can see the first name as Rishu and last name Tiwari, and same thing we will get in the output queue also. So let's see the output queue. Okay, same thing. Under student we have the first name and the last name we are getting C. Okay. So in this way, with the help of left operator and the right operator, we are using the how we are basically truncating the field. Okay. So if I will take one more minute, so is with the left operator, it will truncate the source string from left, right operator truncate the string from right, and by the length expression what we are giving, that it will truncate. Okay. So that's about the left and right operator. Now let's move to the other operators. So it is done. Now let's move to the length. When moving to the length, first task let me do save the bar file and deploy the bar file. Now let me explain the thing. Syntax for the length operator is length and the source string. Length calculates the length of a string and returns an integer value. The length operator is simple thing. It basically calculates the length of a string. Suppose here if I will length and Risu Tiwari, so it will count the length for Risu Tiwari. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also it includes the space. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it will return 12. Till Tiwari, okay? Till Tiwari, okay? So it basically calculates the length of a string and returns the integer value. It will return true. Similarly, if you want to, if this is the blank string, okay, so if you want to return the value for the blank string, so it will return 0. Okay. Similarly, if you want to calculate the length for only Risu, so it will return 5. Similarly, if you want to calculate the length for the Tiwari only, so it will return 6. Similarly, if you want to return the length for the Risu space, so it will return 6. So in this way, you can calculate the length for any string. Okay. So purpose of length operator is to calculate the length of a string. Okay. Now let me test the flow. What I am doing here, I am just creating a field called in output root under XML and SC. I am just creating a field called student. Under student, I am just creating a field name. Under name, I am just creating a field called length. Under the length, I am just calculating the length of the input message, this one, and I am just printing the length of that number. Okay. Similarly, for the blank string, I'm just also want to show how basic what the value return for the blank string. You can see it's return 0, I know, but still I want to show if there is any blank string, so what should be the length. So I just created a field blank string and also a field as a length, and under that I'm just calculating the length for the blank string. Okay. So let me hit the flow and to show you. Okay. So just I executed the flow, I came here and go inside compute node, declare the INREF. If you see under the INREF, the name is Risu Tiwari, so it will calculates the length for Risu Tiwari. The for Risu Tiwari, Risu is the 5, 1 is the space, and Tiwari is the 6, so it will be total 12. So you can see, if you see here, we created a field student xmlnsc dot student, so student will be created dot name, so name will be created. Under name we have the length, and the length you can see the value 12 has been assigned. Okay. Similarly for the blank, you can see 0 will be assigned. Okay. Length is 0. So in this way we will get the message in the output with the length 12 and the blank string as a 0. So you can see the same length as a 12 and the blank string as a 0. Now let me try to send some other message to show you some other different. So let's, instead of Risu, I am just, let me send as a Kumar Tiwari also. Kumar Tiwari. So this time I want to calculate the length for this one. Okay. So if I will see here, what is the total length? Total length is 25. I think let me check. 5 for issue, 5 for this. Okay, it is total is, let me count. Total is 18. You can see from here 18. Okay. So it is 5, 5, 10 and 6, 16, and one for space this and one for space this. Total 18. So total 18 space is there. So it should return 18. So let me see what is returning. Okay. So let me select the message and write the queue. It came here. Let me go inside compute node, and you can see what value is returning. You can see 18 is returning, because because if you calculate the value, you can see under the inref dot name, it is calculating the length for the inref dot name, and inref dot name is the Rishu Kumar Tiwari. So if you calculate the length for Rishu Kumar Tiwari, it will be the 18 character. So it will return 18, and length for the blank is 0, so it will return 0. So same thing you are going to get in the output queue. So if you go to the output queue, you can see the length for the name is 18 and the length for the blank string is 0. Okay. So in this way we have seen the how we can use the length operator. Again, I will take one more minute to summarize the length operator. So two main points for the length operator is that first is it returns the value as a integer. Second is it calculates the length of a string and again returns the value as an integer. Okay. So that's about the length operator. Now let's go to the other operator, because we have the lots of operators. So let's quickly go to the other operator. Now this operator, let me first do my tasks, that uncomment the code and deploy the code. So let me build and save the bar file and deploy the code. So we have learned the length operator. Now let's go to the other operator. There are two operators, that a lower and L case and upper and U case. The both operator, just the name are different. What works the same thing work. Either you can use lower or either you can use L case. Either you can use upper or you can use U case. So from these two you can use anyone, and from these two you can use anyone. So what's the purpose of using this operator? Suppose a what? Suppose a string contains, this string contain Rishu Kumar Tiwari. Okay. So here if you see R is capital, Kumar is capital, Tiwari T is capital. Sorry. So R is capital, K is capital, and T is capital. But other like that ISHUKUMAR, sorry, UMAR, this thing and this thing and this thing are the small letter. How we can convert this whole as a small, or this whole as a capital? So this can be achieved using the L case and U case, or lower or upper. So lower returns a string in which all uppercase letter get converted into the corresponding lowercase. So if I will use lower or L case here, so whatever the capital letter you are seeing here, it will be converted into the lower, and we will get all the all the letter into the small case, a small letter. But if I will use upper or U case here, so this whatever the letter in the small case or small letter, it will got converted into the upper letter. So upper converts the lower case into the upper case, and lower convert the upper case into the lower case. Okay, similarly, for example, this you can see I am using lower for the Mr. Smith. Okay, so here if you see M is capital, Smith is for Smith S is capital, but rest other R and MITH are small. But when I am using the lower or L case, what it will do, it will convert the whole as a small, and we will get like that. So it will convert M as a small and S as a small, and rest all you know already are a small case, so we don't need to, it will not do anything. So whatever the alphabets that's present into the upper case, it will got converted into the lower case. Similarly, for this you can see that there is a ABCD, and here all are in the alphabetical capital letter. So in this all will be converted into the a small letter. Okay, now similarly for this example, if you see here, here all are here all are in the a small letter. Or if I will use this thing here also, if I will take this example in the stead of this one, so if I will use this one, so it is here all are in a small letter, and we are using upper or U case, so it will return like that, all in the capital letter. But here if I will use this line instead of this, so what it is going to do, those who are in the small case, that the R and the MITH, that will be converted into the capital, and the rest that are in the small capital, that will be also in capital letter. Okay, so when, and similarly for ABCD you can see it is a small and it will get converted into capital. So if I will tell lower case or L case returns the string, first thing it returns the string, second thing all the lowercase letter like this and this will get converted into the, sorry, for the L case all the uppercase, this uppercase will be get converted into the lowercase. For the uppercase upper, all the lower will be converted into the upper. In simple, if I say that if you use lower, the result will be whole small letter. If you use the upper, the result will be the whole will be the capital. Similarly, I have taken example here. I am just creating a field a student. Under student, I am just creating a field as a name as a lower, name as a L case, name as a upper, and name as a U case. So I want to show you the use of lower and the L case also. I want to use of upper and L case also. So I am just sending the name as a Rishu Kumar Tiwari, and you can see this is a combination of L case and U case, lowercase and uppercase, because here we have the R, K and T as a uppercase and rest as a lowercase. So when I will use L case or lower, so this whole will be going to return as a small letter on lowercase. When I will use U case or upper, then this whole will be going to get into the uppercase or capital letter. So let me show you in the debug mode. So already the flow is executed. Let me write the flow. So I just executed the flow. It came here. It INREF has been declared. In INREF, you see, if you see the name as Rishu Kumar Tiwari, you can see I am currently there is no field created. Once I will create a field called XMLNSE, under that student, under that name dot lower will be going to create, and under that inref dot name, currently it is a combination of capital and a small letter, so whole is going to convert into the small. So let me show you. You can see if I will expand this, You can see whole R, K and T, all three got converted into the a small letter, and now this whole is the small case. You can see this whole is the small case. Okay, small letter. Now again you can see is the I will be now this time I have executed the code for lower. Now I will execute the code for L case, and you can see there will be no difference in the lower and L case because both are the same syntax, only the name are different. You can see the outcome for this one lower case lower, and the outcome for the L case both are same. Similarly for upper, when I will be going to use upper, the letter that are in the a small case, that is this all are going to convert into the capital letter, and this whole we are going to get as a capital letter. So let me show you, and you can see we get Rishu Kumar Tiwari and Rishu Kumar Tiwari, and this whole got converted into capital letter. And you can see there is no difference between the upper and U case. So lower and L case are the syntax are the same, and upper and U case are syntax are the same. If you if you if you will use lower or L case, the whole string is going to convert into the a small letter. If you will use upper or U case, the whole string is going to convert into the capital letter. And same thing, let's see in the output. We are going to see same thing. You can see in the output, lower for lower it is this, for L case it is this, and upper for this, and our U case this. Okay, so that's about the L case, U case, and upper and lower, these all things. Okay, again I will take 2 more minute 1 minute to summarize the thing. So it will returns the value as a string, first point. Second point, that if you will use lower and L case, the whole string is going to convert into the small letter, or you can, in other word, you can say that lower case. If you will use the upper or U case, the whole string is going to convert into the capital letter, or you can say that uppercase letter. So that's about the use of lower and L case or upper U case. Now let's move to the other. Other are the, before that let me uncomment the code and build save the bar file and deploy the code. Okay, now let me explain you. Now that's next is the L trim, R trim, and the trim. This is also a very important operator. When you are coming to definition, L trim basically trim the left space trimming, remove the space left to the of the string. R trim will remove the right space trimming and remove the space right of the string. And trim can trim, either it can trim the left space, it can trim the right space, it can trim the left and right both space, or it can trim a particular letter from the. Okay, so that's the trim is the very powerful. Okay, now coming to the examples. This example, I am using L trim. Currently if you see hello, before hello we have the one space, and after hello we have the one space. So when you will use the L trim, it is only going to trim the left space of the string. So it will remove the left space of the string. So it will only going to trim the left space. So we will get a hello and further space. So a space is removed from the left only. Okay. When we are going to use r trim for the same thing, you can see I am using r trim. Currently we have the left space and right space, so it is only going to remove the space right of string. So this is the string and this is the right, so it will only remove this space. So it will space is removed from right, so this space is going to remove, so we are going to get a space and a hello. So when we will use L trim, it will remove a space left of string. When we will use R trim, it will remove a space right of string. Now when we will use trim, you can see currently here there is also a space, and here there is no space, so it can trim the left space. So if there is only left space is present, then it can also trim it. If there is right space, so it can also trim it. If there is a left space and the right space, it can also trim it. So if you see here, when I am using trim, there is one left space per only in this bracket, so it is trimming the left space and we are returning as a hello. Here if you see, only we have the space right to the string, so with the help of trim we are also trimming the right space. Okay, and we are returning as a hello. Here if you see, we have the left space also and we have the right space also. So with the help of trim we can trim the left space also and the right space also, and it will return as a hello. Okay, so that's the thing I have written here: can trim the left space, can trim the right space, can trim the both left and right space. Now coming to next example, you can see here it is written trim, and it can trim a particular word also. If I will trim h from hello, so h is going to trim and we will return as a ELLO. So it will return ELLO. So can trim a particular letter from a string. So you can see it is particular one letter it is trimming. Trimming means cutting, and it will return ELLO. Okay. Next is the trim trailing b from this. What does mean by trailing b? Trailing means the b from the last. Okay, so you can see currently this syntax, what this is the b from the last, so it will remove all the b from the last, so it will return as a BAM. So last b will be removed. If there will be two last b, then it will remove the both last b. It will be three last b, then it will remove all three last b. Okay, now trim leading b from this. So leading means b from a start. Okay, so you can see this is the b from a start. Okay, so it will remove this b. Here if there will be 3b 2b, then it will remove all b. Okay, so you can see it will get like that ABM. So we will returning this thing. So when we are using trailing, so it is basically truncating from the last. So this letter is getting truncated and we are getting this thing. When we are using leading, so it is basically truncating from the first. So this letter is getting truncated and we are getting this as a return. And where we are using only trim b from this, so it will trim all b from this string. So if you see currently 3b is present here, and sorry 3b is present here, and 3b is presenting here, so all 3b will be, all b will be going to truncate and we are going to get the letter apart from the b except b, so we are getting a. Okay, so in this way we have seen how basically we can truncate the letter using the trim the letter using the trim operator. So with the help of L trim, we are trimming the left space. We are with the help of R trim, we are trimming the right space. With the help of trim, we can trim the left space. We can trim the right space. We can trim the both left and right space. And with the help of trim, we can trim a particular letter. You can see here I am trimming the H. With the help of trim, again these all are example. Also we can trim the letter from the beginning and letter from the beginning, letter from the last, and we can trim all a particular letter in the string. Okay, now let's go to the example that we are going to see in the debug mode. Okay, what I am doing here, I am just creating a field in the output. I'm just creating a field xml. Under that I am creating a field student. Under that there are many field. I'm creating left space trimming like that. I am using L trim, and the value I am taking is again same that the this Risu Kumar Tiwari. Okay, okay. So let me keep Risu Tiwari for now. Let me make it default. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, so I will be using this name to trim it, but before that let me keep the space before that also, and after that also a space. Okay, so I want to see how basically trimming works. Okay, so I have kept a space before issue and a space after issue. Okay, so this is the left space of trimming and this is the right space of trimming. Okay, now let me execute the flow to show you. So let me open the file and let me write the queue, and let me go inside the compute node. With the help of inref, I just declare the input reference, and you can see under the inref the name value as a Risu Tiwari. And this you are in debugger mode, you will not see clearly, but when it will be going to write to the queue, you will see the exact space. But here before Risu we have the space, and after Risu we have the space. Okay, but here it will be not looking clearly because in debug thing we will not look clearly. But when I am going to write to the this output queue, I am going to show you, okay, how basically space is looking. So first what I am doing, I am just using the L trim, and if I am using L trim to the this Risu Tiwari. So what it is going to do, with the help of L trim, this only it will remove the left space and right space will be remain. So it will return as a Risu Tiwari and space. Okay, so it will return like that. Now it return like that. There is a Risu Tiwari and after that there is a space, but it is not showing here. I will show you. Okay, but it is there, but it will be not looking to you. Okay, now when we are using R trim, it will, what it is going to do, it will remove the right space and we will get this thing, a space Risu Tiwari. Okay, so that's the we will return. Now when we use the trim with the this name, so when I will use trim here, then it is going to remove this left space also, this right space also, and we will get this as a return. So this will be printing in the output. When I will use trim Risu space from here, this thing very important, you need to just keep concentrate on this line. Here what I am doing here, I am trimming Risu space from this. Okay, so I am doing like that. Just let me copy this thing and let me write here. what is happening. Just let me copy here. Okay. Okay, I'm just doing like the trim and space, so space this. Okay, so this is the actual thing. Okay, and I am trimming this resu and space. Okay, so ideally what you are thinking, ideally it should return a space tiwari space, but that's not correct. Ideally any person will think that it will return like that, a space tiwari and space, because I am trimming only risu space, but that's not correct. Trimming will work like that. The first work for trimming is to trim the left space. It will trim the first left space. It will trim the right space. Now it will work on the later. Now it will trim risu space and it will return like that. Okay, so that's the thing it work. Okay, so it trimming risu, from this it will return as a tiwari. So how it works, it will first remove the left and right space. After that it is going to remove the risu space. So final we will get as a return as a true as tiwari. Okay, so you can see also, if I will show you, you can see we are getting as tiwari. Okay, word trim. Now let's move to next thing. What I am doing here, if you see, I am just trimming b from this, and if you see here I have used trailing. What is mean by trailing? If you see here I have used trailing here. Trailing means remove from last. If you see here, currently there are 3b from the last, so it will remove all 3b and we will return as a this letter. So trailing means it will trailing a particular letter from a word. It means it will remove the particular letter from last. So it will remove these three and we will return this as a output. So let me show you. You can see currently we will create a b b b a a a, so we are returning this thing and it remove the this. Similarly if I will do the leading, so leading b from this stream, leading means b from a starting, so it will remove b from a starting. So this 3bb is going to remove and we will return this as a output. So this thing you can see also. You can see we are returning as a this 3b has removed from starting and we are getting a and b. And similarly if I will use trim b from this, so it will trim from the first also all b and it will trim from the last also, and we will get only this a, only this a as a output. So let me show you. You can see we are getting this as a. So in this way, how basically, now let's see in the output. Let's explore the output queue. In output we have returned this thing. Let me copy this to show you and to explain you. You can see when I am doing the L trim with the I am assigning value to left space trimming, you can see it is only trimming the okay. You can see it is only trimming the left space and the right space it is showing itself. When I am doing R trimming, it is only trimming right space and left space is still present. When I am using the trim you can see the left and the right also got space got removed. When I am using the trimming reissue and space from the name, so first it is trimming the first it is trimming the left space, right space, then it is trimming the reissue space, then it will return as a Tiwari. When I am using the trailing B, it means it is when I am using the trailing B, it is basically first removing the B from the end. So we will all B from the end is getting removed and we are getting this. When I am using leading, it will basically remove the all the let B from the first. So we are getting the this thing. And when I am using only trim, so all from the left and right is getting trimmed and we are getting this thing. So in this way, basically we are using the trim operator in the ESQLs. So further, I will take 1 minute to explore again to repeat the things. Output for the trim operator, L trim, R trim, or trim anything is the string. Okay, first thing. Second thing is L trim will trim. It will do left space trimming and it will remove the space left of string. R trim will do the right space trimming and it will remove the space right of string. Trim can trim the left space, can trim the right space, can trim the left and both right space, and can trim a particular letter. So with the help of trim, we can trim a particular letter also. With if we use the trailing and leading, it will remove the letter from the last and first also. And if you want to only specify the letter, then it can trim from the last and the first also. Okay, so that's in this way we can explore the trim operator. Okay, so further you can try some more example with you. Okay, I cannot explain. I just tried as much possible example, but I cannot go through the many examples. Okay, now let's go to the other operator. Before that, let me build and save the bar file and deploy the flow. So now it's done. Now let me go to the overlay. What is mean by the overlay operator? Syntax is that overlay source string placing source string to from start position for length. Don't much focus on this thing. Let's go to the concentrate. The work for this is it replace a part of a string with the substring. Concentrate on this example. Overlay this string placing 1 2 3 4 from 4 4 3. Concentrate on this line from 4 4 3. So from 4, what is the letter? 1 2 3 4. D is the from 4. So from D it will be, and 4 3 it will be 3 letter D E F. So it will replace D E F to 1 2 3 4. So D E F will be replaced to 1 2 3 4. So now return will be the A B C 1 2 3 4 and G H I J. So what is happening here? It is basically, this is the source string, okay, and this is also, so this is the source string 2, and from start position and for the string length. Okay, so what it is doing here, this string, we are in this string we are placing this value from fourth length 4 3. So from fourth is the D. So from D the length is 3. So D E F. We will replace D E F with 1 2 3 4. The result will be A B C 1 2 3 4 G H I J. Now let's go to the example that I am going to show. I am just creating a field xmlnsc dot student dot name. Okay. Under that I am using the overlay operator and I am performing such operation. So what operation I am performing, let me show you. If you go to the example, that this example, and let me bring back the this, remove the space, okay, because trim example ended. Okay, now understand this thing. I am using overlay operator with this inref dot name and inref dot name. This is the inref and inref dot name is the Risu Tiwari. So let me remove the this with the Risu Tiwari. Okay, now let me do the proper thing. Okay, now I am placing Kumar in this string. I am placing Kumar, but where I am placing? I am placing from 746, from uh, letter start from 7. So start from 7, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So from 7 from T, 4 6 means it will be 1 2 3 4 6. So this Tiwari I am replacing with Kumar. So result will be Risu space Kumar. So outcome we are going to get as a Risu Kumar. I hope you have understand what I am explaining. So this is the source string. This string I am replacing with Kumar, but here I am placing some condition. What, where I am, in which field I am replacing? To I am replacing a field from 7. What is 7? From start position. So start position will be the 7. So it will be from starting. So if we will count here, the start position will be the T, and which, how many letter I am replacing? So I am replacing 6 letter. You can see 4. 4, what is 4? Fourth string length. How many string length I am replacing? I am replacing 6 string length. So this Tiwari is the 6th length. So I am replacing Tiwari with the Kumar. Okay, so that's the thing. So I hope you have understand. Okay, now let me show you in the debug mode. Okay, so let me hit the flow, but before that let me save the message. Let me remove this thing and let me save that. Okay, let me use the message. Let me write to the queue. Came here, go inside the compute node, declare the inref as a reference variable, just use this one. Now you can see, now in output root the Risu Kumar is showing. Okay, so again that's thing. Let me again summarize the one more thing. So what you can see currently in the output root, under the field I am creating the XML Under XML we have the student. Under student we have the name. Under the name, under name I am just applying this condition, and with the help of that I just converted Risu Tiwari to Risu Kumar. So what again I am doing, just let me, this Risu, in this Risu Tiwari I am just placing Kumar, but from where I am placing? I am placing from the 7th letter. 7th letter is T. For how many letter I am replacing? I am replacing 6 letter from T. So from T 6 letter is Tiwari. So I am just replacing Tiwari with the Kumar. Okay. So in this way we have seen, and we will get same thing in the output. So let me go to the output. Okay. Now same problem happen. I need to terminate the debugger because debugger has shown the you can see now debugger is creating the problem. So debugger is showing not the proper behavior. So let's see if otherwise I need to perform some other thing. Okay, you can see the timeout occurred because I have launched the debugger from the longer time. So that's the created the problem. So in this time, let me do what thing first. Let me my debugger is showing the behavior, not proper behavior, because I have launched the debugger from the longer time. So I need to restart my integration server to fix this issue. But the best approach is starting the integration server will create problem, because it is also running from the longer time in debugger mode. So the best approach will be for me, currently it is showing, let me try to launch debugger again. If it will not launch, then I will do something. Okay, you can see it is creating problem. So let me go to the task manager and let me kill the process for the integration server. So where the data flow engine, you can see there are two flow. Just kill, let me quickly kill the process for the both. Okay, again, okay, let me quickly kill the for the both. Okay, process has been killed. Now let's see if it is getting up or not. Let me refresh it. Let's wait for the few seconds because it takes the time. You can currently so you can see the server gone into down state because it is restarting it. What I am doing here, I am just killing the process, because I am just killing the process for the data flow engine. You can see from here, if you go to the services, you will not services, you can go, if you go to the details, you will see the process running for the each thing. For the data flow engine, you will see also process running. That you can see data flow engine, this is the process id, this is the process id running. So I'm just doing the right click and just indent task, just killing the process. Okay, killing the process will basically brings the new process and it help us in refreshing that. Let me try to launch this time. Okay, I hope this time it will launch. Okay, now you can see it launched successfully. So that's this type of situation happens, so you need to handle the thing. Okay, don't be panic. Okay, so I have launched the debugger again from now. Let me test the flow. Let me hit the flow again in output query. If any message there, let me clear the message and write message. It came here. Now let me go inside the compute node. It this line executed. You can see in output Kumar has been printed, and in output Q will see the same thing. You can see. So that's about the overlay operator. Again, I will take 1 minute for this also. So if I will explain the overlay operator, so it returns the string, first point. Second point, it basically replace a part of a string with the substring. Second point. So these are the 2 points for this operator. Okay, now let's move to the other operator. Other operator is the position operator. Okay, so let me first do my task, that is the uncomment the code, build and save the bar file, and let me deploy it. Okay, now let me explain you. When talking about the position operator, it basically syntax is the position, search expression, in, source expression, from expression, repeat expression. It returns the position of one string with another. Okay, so it basically help us to return the position of a string. Okay, now let's understand the example. If I am saying the position of B in this, so it will basically check from the left. So it will first, second, so it will be returned 2, because it B lie on the second alphabet from start, so it will return 2. When I will check the position of D in this, so it will check where is the D currently. there is no D present in this letter, in this word alphabet, so it will return 0. So if you will not find any position of the source expression, this is the source expression, and the okay, this is the search expression that we are searching, and this is the source expression. Okay, the thing expression we are searching in the source expression, if it is not found, then it will return 0. Similarly, if I will say the position of A in this, so where it is, but from 4, here no new condition applied, from 4. So you have to first go to the 4 letter, first, second, third, fourth. From fourth, what is the position? So it will count from here, you can see. So the letter is A itself found here, so it will be first, second, third, fourth, it will return 4. Position of C in this, from 2, so let's go here, first and second, and after that where is the C lie? C lie is here, so it will return 3. So it's just return the position of in the letters. So if I will just copy one thing, what is in my position, if I will go here, and if I just write here, so this is called the first position, this is called second, this is called third. Similarly, what are the letter we are moving from the left, it is position will be increased, okay, as per the alphabet. Okay, so if I will say for this position is 10th position, because it is 10th letter from the left. Okay, so that's the position. If I will see the position for B in this, so repeat 2 means when the B is repeating second time, so you can see first B is repeating here, B is come here, and the second B came here. So what is the position for this B? So you have to, this is the length, so what will be this length? So it will be 1 2 3 4 5, so it will return 5. Okay, position of C in this, repeat 4. So when C is repeating 4 times, then what is the position? The first C came here, second C came here, and the third C came here, and the fourth C came here. Okay, so what is the position? So just calculate this space. Okay, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 11 12, so it will return 12. Okay, position of A in this, from 4 repeat 2. Okay, so first from 4, so 1 2 3 4 from here, and it is repeating 2 times. The first time when it is repeating, first time it repeats here, second time it's repeat here, so that's the position. So it will be the position, just count here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, let me from sorry, position of from 4 repeat 2, from 4 matter 1 2 3 4. Okay, so first from 4 meter light, first A is this, and the second A is this, and the third, okay, only repeating 2 times. Okay, so that's will be the position. So this will be the position, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. The from if it is saying from 4, then 4 you have to include, from 2 means 2 have to include. Okay, now that's the thing, from 4 means 4 letter you have to include. Okay, now let's consider position of AB in this, from 2 repeat 3. Now from 2, 1 2 from here, and from 2, is there AB found? No, first AB is found here, second AB is found here, and 3, it should be repeat 3 times, the third AB is found here. Okay, so what is the position? Just count this time, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and AB is itself 1, so it will be 10, so it will return 10. Now position of A in this, repeat -2. What is mean by this? -2 means it will from the last. So position of A, repeat -2. So you have to calculate from the last. So where first A is coming here, second came is coming here, so this is the position, but position you have to count from the first. So what is the first, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So it will return 10. So if it is saying repeat -2, then you have to calculate the position from the left, calculate the we have to repeat C from the last, but you have to calculate the position from the first. The first point need to remember, position always we are going to calculate from the first, from the beginning. Position will be calculated always from the beginning of the letter. So again, if I will take 1 minute to summarize the thing, position returns the position of one string within another. Position of particular one string, position of particular one string, that here it is the alphabet, but here you can see AB is a string. The position is of one string in another string. You can see position of this in this, position of this in this, position of this in this. Okay, so if I will say position of B, so it will simply check here. But if I will write position of this from 4, so it will first go from fourth letter, and it will count from fourth, so it will be this letter. Okay, so it will be position will be 1 2 3 4. Okay, if I will say repeat 2, so it will repeat where the position, we need to find the position when it is repeating second time. So if I will say for B, so it is the first time when it is come here, and it is this when it is repeating the second time, so it is repeating this time second, so this will be the this will be the position. Okay, similarly if I will say repeat from 4 and repeat 2, it means first we have to go to the fourth position, and after that you have to check when it is repeating the 2 times. Similarly, if I will say the for repeat -2, then we have to check from the last when it is repeating second time, and that position we need to calculate from the beginning. Okay, so I hope you have understand what I am saying. Okay, now let's test the solution, and let's see what's the outcome is coming. Okay, so let me hit the flow. I just hit the flow, it came here, declare the INREF. Now you can see what I'm doing. Currently in the output root there is no trees present, but I will be creating the XML NAC. Under XML NAC I'm just creating the letter. Under letter I'm just creating the position as a field. Under position I'm just creating the position 1, position 2, position 3. This all field are creating. Under that I'm just returning the position for each of the string. So if I will go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so you will see position for the all 8 letters or alphabets. Okay, so you can see position for the 1, it return the 2. Same thing, position of 2, it will return 0. Position of 3 returns the 4. Position of, as expected, position of 4 returns the 3. Position of 5 returns the 5. Position of 6 returns the 12. Position of 7 returns the 7. Position of 8 returns the 10th. And similarly if I will move forward, position of 10th will sorry 9th will return 10. Okay, so this one all will get as per the what I have written here. Okay, the same thing you can see printed here: 2 0 4 3 5 12 7 10 13 10 10. Okay, so I hope you have understand what I actually am saying. Okay, the same thing you can get in the here. Okay, and you can see it is returning the integer. Okay, so output we are getting as a integer. Okay, and same thing you are going to see in the output queue. So if I will search the output queue, you can see same position has been written. Okay, so that's about the position operator in ESQL. Okay, so I hope you have understand the position operator in ESQL. So if I will again take 1 minute summarize the thing, position operator returns the integer value, and it returns the position of one string within another. So with the help of position operator we can reallocate and we can check the position of one string within another. So similarly, we have abject here the one string from either. If I will be checking using the from, so it will calculate from a particular length. If I will use the repeat, it will check when it is repeating 2 times or 4 times as per this length expression. If I will write repeat -2, it will check from the last, but position will be always calculated from the beginning. So that's the point you need to remember. So that is about the position operator. Now move to the replace. When I am going to replace, let's first do the build and save and the deploy. And let's understand the replace operator. Okay. When talking about the replace, it basically replace a part of a string with a supplied substring. Syntax is replace source string expression, search string expression, and the replace string expression. So let's concentrate on this example and understand it. Okay. So here, if you see what I am doing, replace. This is the source string expression. This is the search string expression, and this is the replace string expression. So that's this syntax is written here. Okay. So what we will be doing to do, we are going to replace source string with replace string by searching the search string. So what is mean by that? Concentrate on this example. In this example, this is the search string. We will search a letter into the this source string. Where a is found, we are going to replace with double a. So we will return like that. A will be replaced in this letter. A will be replaced with double a, and that will be the outcome that will return. So here, if you see, here is the a, so it will replace with the double a. Here it is a, it will replace with the double a. Here it is a, it will replace it double a, and here it is a, it will replace with double a. So we will get return like that. You can see double a, double a, double a, and double a. So what is happening here? Here we are with the help of search string, we are searching the letter from the source expression, and when whatever the search result is finding, that search string we are replacing with the replace string. So if a is found, where is the a found in this string, we are replacing that string with the this value. Okay. So this will be replaced with this in this letter. Now let's go to the second example. Here, if you see, this is the example. This will be replaced with this in this example. So where in this string, where the double a will be present, it will be replaced with the single a. So you can see currently here it is the 4 a is present, so it will be first double a, there will be second double a, there will be third double a, and there will be 4 double a. So this 4 double a will be replaced with the 4a. So you can see first 2a is replaced here and second 2a replaced here. So we will get this as a returning. Okay. So what we are doing here, in this string we are replacing double a with the a. Now let's go to the third example. In this example, we are replacing double a with the xyz. So if we use the replace, it will, this example, we are replacing this with this. So this is a simple language, but if I will say in the technical language, this is the search string. We are searching this string in the source string. if where it is found, we are replacing the search string with the replace string in the source expression. That's the technical language, but the simple language is, in this string where double a is found, we are replacing double a with the xyz. That's the simple language. So if you see here, you can say there are two double a and there are two double a here. So here one xyz he replaced here for first double a, one xyz replaced for the second double a. Similarly for the one xyz for the first, and here second xyz for the second double a. That's the third example. Now let's go to the fourth example. In fourth example, what I am doing here, here you can see currently the inref dot name is the, what is the inref dot name? Inref dot name is the Risu Tiwari. Okay, this name. Okay, so in Risu Tiwari, I am just replacing Tiwari with the Kumar. So this Tiwari will be replaced by Kumar. So it will search whether Tiwari is present. Yes, Tiwari is present. Is this Tiwari will be removed with the Kumar. Similarly, this is the again inref dot name is the Risu Tiwari. I'm just replacing Tiwari with the Tiwari, but here there is something in Y. I'm just using the I. So output for this will be Risu Kumar, and output for this for is Risu Tiwari in I, in Tiwari ending with I. Okay, so that's about the replace operator. So replace operator replace a part of string with the supplied substring. So it replace a part of string with the supplied substring. So it will replace, in this it replace a with double a, in this it replace double a with the a, in this it will replace double a with the xyz, in this it will replace Tiwari with the Kumar, in this it will replace Tiwari with Tiwari ending with I. Okay, so that's about the replace operator. So now let me show you in the debug mode. Now let me hit the flow. The flow has been executed. Let's go inside the compute node. I declare the inref. Under inref you can see the name as Risu Tiwari. First replace executed, second executed, third executed, fourth executed. And if you see here in the output route, what I am doing, I'm just creating the XML under XML I'm just creating the field as a letter replace. Under letter replace I am just using replace 1 2 3 4, and this all I am just doing the calculation same thing. So if you see the first example, what it did, a has been replaced with double a, and it will be the this as a result. Replace 1. In replace 2, if you see, double a has been replaced with a, and here you can see 2h and 2h. If you see here, in double a has been replaced with xyz, so you can see the same xyz and xyz, same result like that. Okay, if you see in the third example, Tiwari has been replaced with Kumar, and you can see Kumar is showing. Okay, further if I will the last execution, you can see Tiwari has been replaced with the Tiwari ending with I, so this is the result. Okay, so same thing we are going to see in the output queue also. So if you will go to the output queue, in output queue you can see the same result. Replace a replaced with double a replaced with single a, double a replaced with xyz, and the Tiwari replaced with Kumar, and Tiwari replaced with the Tiwari ending with I. So same thing is showing here. Okay, so in this way we can use the replace operator. Okay, so if I will again take 1 minute to summarize the replace. Replace returns the string, first point. Second point is that replace, with the help of replace we can replace a part of string with the supplied substring. So we can replace this part of string with the supplied substring. Now let's go to translate. Translate is also a brother of replace. Many times people get confused with the many people get got confused, and they think like that translate is the and the replace operator are same, but there is a difference between the translate and replace operator. Okay, so that you need to think. So what's the difference between the replace and translate? Let's understand the thing. Okay, so its syntax is like the translate source string from string and the to string. That's the simple syntax. Okay, now let's go to the first definitions some, and after that I will be going to explain you. Okay, the translate function is used to replace an individual character in a string based on the translation table. It replaces the character in the source string that matches the character in the from string with the corresponding character in the to string. Okay, replace works on the substring and replace all occurrence of the specific substring with another substring, while the translate works on the individual character and replace the each character in the source string that matches the character in the from string with the corresponding character in the to string. Okay, so it is saying that if when we are using the replace operator, it is basically replacing a it basically works on the substring, but while translate works on the individual character. First difference, replace works on the substring while translates works on the individual character. Second difference, replace basically replace the all occurrence of the specified substring with the another substring. It basically replace the like that if there any uh, if there any Tiwari is present, it will remove the Kumar. So in the whole string, it will check the Tiwari. If Tiwari is present, it will remove the Kumar. Okay, so it basically replace all occurrence of the specified substring with the another substring. But while in the translate, it replace the each character in the source string with the matching character. Okay, so let's concentrate on this example without confusing you. Okay, consider this example. We have the this as a source string, this as the from string, and this as the to string. In other word, you can say that this is the source string, this is the search string, and this is the replace string. That is also you can say that. That's not a problem. This is the source string, this is the search string, this is the replace string. So we are going to replace this with this. We are going to replace this with this. We are going to replace this with this. Same tasks I was doing here. I was replacing this with this. I was replacing this with this. I was replacing this with this. But what difference between this and this? When talking about difference between the replace and translate, let's concentrate on this. When you are using the translate, it works on the character level. It works on the letter level, individual character, while replace works on the string. Replace the string with the substring. Okay, while translate replace the particular letter. Suppose in this example, what it is going to do, it will not replace ABC with 1 2 3. It will replace A with 1, B with 2, and C with 3. So it will search the whole in the source string. In the source string, it will search where A is present. It will replace A with 1. It will search where the B is present. It will replace B with 2. Where the C is present, it will replace the C with 3. So in the whole string, in the whole source string, it will search the you how where how many the a is present, and where is the a present. It will replace a with the 1, b with 2, and c with 3. Okay, for this string you can see the only a b c the this present, so it will replace a with 1, b with 2, and c with 3. So it will replace 1 2 3 d e f. Let's go to the next example. Here the source string the hello comma world and exclamation mark. Okay, this is the source string. Okay, we are replacing hello with the 1 2 3 4. So here h will be replaced with 1, e will replaced with 2, l will replaced with 3, and o will replaced with 4. Okay, so it means in this letter, in this source string, here you can see the hello hel present. Okay, so in it, this doesn't matter like that. If I will use replace instead of translate here, suppose I will let me just copy this thing and let me go to notepad. Okay, so if I will use, let me just, okay, so if I will use replace here, if I will use replace here, so this HELO hello string will be replaced with 1 2 3 4. So it will return what it will return. It will return. Let me copy the thing, and it will return as a, it will return it will remove HELO with 1 2 3 4. So it will remove h 2 3 4. So this will be the outcome of replace. So replace basically replace the string with another string. Okay, so it replace the whole HELO with 1 2 3 4. The outcome will be this HEL. Okay, even this is not satisfying. Consider this example. This is not exactly example. Let's consider this example. Okay, like that. Okay, okay, if it is like that. Okay, or okay, or okay, okay, it is like that. Okay, so here it will, what is going to happen, this HELO, this hello is going to replace with 1 2 3 4. Okay, further it will be l and world. So this will be the return from the replace, okay, operator. So this HELO will be replaced with 1 2 3 4, and further this all will be remain as it is, and you can see the same thing. But if you will use translate operator, that will be not the case, because it works at the individual level. So it will replace h with 1, e with 2, l with 3, and o with 4. So h will be replaced with 1, e will replaced with 2, okay, l will replace with 3, and o will replace with, okay, 4. Okay, and further we have the l also. So l will replace with the 3, sorry, yes, 3. So it will be like that. Okay, so it will be h will replace with 1, e will replace with 2. Okay, now further l will replace with 3, o will replace with 4. Further we have the l, and l will replace with 3. Now again it will go to the w. There is no w, so it will not, it will remain same. Again we have the o, and o, for o it is the value assigned is the 4. Again o will be replaced with the 4. Again we don't have the r here, so r will be not removed. But again we have the l, and L is replacing with the 3. So here it will be replaced with the 3. So that will be the return result of for the translate, and that will be return result for the replace. So that's the difference between the difference between the replace and translate. Translate works at the character level, at the letter level, while the replace works at the string level. Okay, so for this example, what is for this example, concentrate on this. For this example, you can see H is replaced with 1, E is replaced with 2, further L is replaced with 3, further there is a L, so it will replace with 3, further we have the O, it is replaced with 4, again W is remain same, again we have the O, so O will replace with 4, R will replace same, and again we have the L, so it will replace with the third, and this will be again the other will remain same. Okay, now let's go to the again another example, third example. In third example we have the hello world, and what we are doing, we are doing A E I O U replacing with the 1 2 3 4. What is mean by this? It means that it is mean by this like that A will be replaced with in this source string A will be replaced with 1, E will replaced with 2, I will replaced with 3, O will replaced with 4, and U will replace with 5. So let's go to the example. H is not present, so it will be remain same. E is found A here, you can see the E is replacing with 2, so it will be a 2. Okay, further we have the LLO, the LL is not present here, so it will no replace will happen. Further O is present here, and O is replacing with 4, so it will be a 4 came here. Further in world we have the O present, so O will be replaced with the 4, so this will be returned as a return result. Okay, so in this way translate works. Okay, so let me hit the flow and let me show you. Let me just hit the flow. So flow has been executed, it came here. Let me go inside the compute node. Okay, the main problem happened. Let me in the flow. I have not deployed the flow. I just tried to explain but not deployed the flow. That's it, it is executing the previous code. So let me build and save the bar file and deploy it. Okay, so let me build and save the bar file, and let me deploy it. Okay, deployed. Let me again hit the flow executed. Let me go inside compute node, go inside compute node. It directly came here. First line executed, second line executed, third line executed, and see what is the coming into output. You can see we are creating a field XML in the C. Under that we are getting the letter translate. Under that we are getting a translate 1, translate 2, translate 3, and you can see the same result we are seeing here. 1 2 3 DEF, 1 2 3 3 3 4 WRDL, and the H2LL4 W4 RDL. Okay, RLD. Okay, the same thing we are resulting here. So I hope you have understand how basically translate works. Okay, so I tried my I tried to explain you by the level best, so I hope you understand. Okay, so in this way we can see how basically translate works. Okay, so again I will be taking 1 more minute for the translate. So for translate it will be it is returning as a string, and it is just replacing the each character with the each character in the search string with the replace string. Okay, so it is replacing each character from this to the each character from this in this string. So in this string, each character will be replaced as per what it will search each character from this, and it will replace with this. Okay, so that's about the translate operator in ESQL. Okay, now let's go to the next example, that is the replicate. When talking about the replicate, as name suggests, replicate, it replicates the thing. What is mean by replicate? Replicate means replica, as name suggests, replica. So it will work in similar manner. Okay, so let's think this. Syntax is the replicate, pattern string, and the count numeric expression. It returns the string made of multiple copies of supplied string. So let's concentrate on example. Replicate a and the 5. So this a is the pattern string expression, and this 5 is the count numeric expression. So whatever the value written here and how many the count you have written here, it will create a replica for this one. So it will, if you will write 5 here, so it will, we will return a at a 5 times. If I will write 10 here, then it will return a as a 10 times. Okay, so that's the replicate. Basically create a replica of a string. It create a copy of a supplied string. Okay, now let's concentrate on the second example. Second example, I am taking the inref dot name. So inref dot name is the name, inref dot name is this name. I am taking Risu Tiwari. Okay, in Risu Tiwari, what I am doing, I am just creating a copy 3 times. So it will return like that: Risu Tiwari first, Risu Tiwari 2 times, and Risu Tiwari 3 times. So it will create a 3 copy of my name as a output. Similarly, I tried to some print the star. So I just given a star, and I am just giving the numeric value as a 10. So in output we will see 10 star as a returns. So let's see. So if I say the replicate, it basically returns the string, first point. Second point is that it create a multiple copies of the supplied substring. So it how many copies? So whatever the numeric expression you are going to provide here, then that much copy it will create. Okay, so let me hit the flow. Okay, so again let me hit the flow. So flow has been executed, and let me go inside a compute node. I have declared the inref. You can see under inref name is the Risu.tiwari. First executed, and you can see the 5 copy of A has been shown here under the word 1. So I'm just creating a field output root dot xml. Under output we are creating xml. Under xml, I'm just creating the field called the create copy of the word, and under that I am just creating a field called word1. Under word1 I am just keeping the value that as a return of the replicate. Okay, so the return is the double a and a 5 times. Okay, similarly if I will execute this one, it will give my name as a 3 times. So you can see the same thing. It will give me my name as a 3 times. So you can see the Sutiwari first time, second time, and the third time. Okay, now when I will execute this one also, you can see the word 3. In word 3, a star has printed 10 times. So it will be this, if you count this, it will be 10 times. Okay, so in this way we can create the replica of a particular string as much as time it is required. Okay, with the help of replicate. So let me show the same thing will be printed to the output queue. So you can see the same thing came to the output queue. A 3 times, Risu Tiwari 3 times, 5 times, and A as the 5 times, Risu Tiwari 3 times, and the this star as a 10 times. Okay, So in this way we have seen the replicate. So replicate returns, point number one, replicate returns the string, and the point number two, that it creates the copy of the supplied substring. So we are supplying this as a substring, we are supplying this as a string, and this is the we are supplying as a count. So it will create a copy for this as much as count we are providing. Okay, now let's go to the next, that is the space. This is a powerful thing, but people many times will not taught the thing, because by thinking that this is not much important, but this is also important operator, space operator in ESQL. But let's understand what is mean by space. This is very simple thing but very important. Okay, with the help of space we can give some space. Syntax is that space and the number of space you want to provide. Okay, so if I will write here as a space and 10, so 10 space will be going to print or going to assign to this word. Okay, so what I am doing here, I am just creating under output, I am just creating a field as XML and SE. Under that I am just creating a field as add space. I am just creating under the word one. Under word one I am using the assigning the value that what we are getting from the space operator. Okay, so if I will write a space and the this 10, so 10 space will be going to create and assign to the word one. So it basically create a string that consists of defined number of blank space. So here we are just defining 10, so it will be 10. If I will write 5, so 5 space will be going to create. If I will be write 2, then 2 space is going to create. Okay, now concentrate on the second example. This example I tried some complex thing. So I am also using the concatenate with the string. Okay, so here I am just supplying the string as a YouTube channel name colon space. I am concatenating this with the 3 space, so that I can provide a space between the string, and after that I'm just writing my YouTube channel name. Okay, so if you don't know what is my YouTube channel name, my YouTube channel name is a Learn and Pass Official, and you can go to my YouTube channel and you can visit the videos, and if you like then you can subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's focus on the concept, not on the channel. Okay, so I'm just I'm concatenating the two string. First string is the YouTube channel name, and the second string is the Learn and Pass Official, and in between I am providing the 3 space. So it will print like that: YouTube channel name 3 space and the channel name is a Learn and Pass Official. In third example, what I am doing here, I am concatenating a star with the string. So here I am providing 5 star. This is also a string. Okay, because I am mentioning under the bracket this what is in this thing. Okay, so I am just using 5 star. I am concatenating this 5 star with the 5 space. Not sure writing it is the 3 6 star 1 2 3 4. Okay, 6 star. I am concatenating this 6 star with the concatenation operator with the 5 space. Further I am concatenating this with the my channel name. Further my channel name I am concatenating with the 5 space, and further it is I am concatenating with the this space. So return will be like that: star 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 6 times. There will be a 5 space, then the channel name, then there will be a 5 space, then it will return the star. The star 5 space, channel name 5 space, then star star star. Okay, so let's see how basically it is going to print. So if I will say space, the space operator is used to give the space. Okay, now let me hit the flow. So flow has been executed. It came here, declare the INREF. You can see currently in the output there is no tree created, but once I execute that under XML a field dot add space, under add space a field dot word 1 is going to create. Under that there is a 10 space is going to assign as a string operator. So you can see, if I will expand this thing, you can see what has been created. Under that 10 space has been assigned. I will be showing, you can see these are the 10 spaces, these are the 10 space. Okay, now further, if I will execute this line, let's see what is coming like that. Already I explained you, but let me tell you. You can see it is coming like that. YouTube channel name, because I am concatenating the YouTube channel name with 3 space. So this is the 3 space, and after that I am concatenating with my channel net, that channel net learn and pass official. Okay, now the third is the, let me execute the third line also. In third line, if what I am doing, I am just using the star star star. After that I am using the 3 space, I think 3 space, yeah, 5 space. Okay, 5 space. Then I'm concatenating with 5 space with the channel name. Further I am concatenating the channel name with the 5 space, and further 5 space I'm concatenating with the this star star star. Okay, so in this way we have seen how can we use the space operator. Okay, the space operator is used to provide the space between the strings. You can see same thing here. If you will, I will count and say, so you just give me 1 minute, I can show the thing. If I will go here, and under that if I will just send this one, you can see, if I will copy this thing, you can see there are 10 space. Okay, if you see here there are 3 space. Okay, and if you see here there are 5 space, and further if you see here there are 5 space. Okay, so in this way we have seen the string operator, a, what is that, a space operator. See, is the, what is the thing, 2 point, first string, a space operator returns the string. Second, it returns the space, the number of blank space that you want to return. So it mainly used to give a space between the string. It creates a string consist of number of defined number of blank space. So mainly if you want to give a some space between the string, then you can use the space operator for that. Okay, now let's go to the next operator, that is the URL encode and URL decode. Let me do a deploy, and that is also important, URL encode decode, but many time people left it. Okay, so let's understand the thing. As the name suggests, URL encode, so it is used to encode the URL, and as name suggests URL decode, so it is used to decode the URL. So with the help of URL encode, we used to encode the URL so that anyone cannot understand what we are sending in the URL. And further, if required, we want to understand what we have decoded, we can use the URL decode to decode the encoded value. The URL encode and decode function are used to handle the URL encoding decoding of the string. These functions are essential for working with the URL and web data with a certain character that need to be encoded or decoded. Okay, that's the same thing I told you. URL encode function is used to encode the string so that it can safely included in the URL, and a special character in the string are replaced with the percentage encoded representation. So actually there are some defined given. If there will be a special character in between the word, so that will be replaced with some percentage and some value, so that no one can understand what exactly we are people is sending in the URL. Similarly, URL decode a function used to decode the percentage encoded string back to the original representation. So further, what you have encoded, if you want to see back the actual value, then you can use the URL decode. So again, URL encode is used to encode the URL so that no one can understand what exactly we are sending in the URL. And URL decode is used to decode the value what we have encoded earlier. Now let's go to the example that we are using. I'm just creating a variable because it returns the character. It returns a string, so I am using the declaring a variable encode one with the character data type, and I am using the URL encode. I'm encoding my name. Okay, I want to encode my name so that no one can understand properly. Okay, but that will be the can be understand because this is very simple, but URL is a little bit complex, so no, so that will create a proper thing. Okay, but never people encode the name, but I am trying to encode my name, so how basically it is looking. So let's see. Okay, so here I am just creating a variable encode one, and which is of type character, and I am just assigning value to as a URL encode one, and I'm encoding my name. Further, I am with the help of URL decode, I am just decoding the variable that I have created here. Okay. Again, I am creating a variable decode one, which is of type character, and instead of URL, here I am using the URL decode, and the value we are providing is the whatever the value it returned to this variable. Okay. So I am just giving here. Similarly, for the URL encode 2, I am just encoding the URL. I have taken a random URL at HTTP localhost, the port number, the float, F5 my flow, that class is equal to 8 and roll is equal to 1. I just taken a one URL from my postman. Okay. And I want to decode this URL, encode this URL. Further, whatever the encoding value will be going to come, I am going to store this into this variable, and further this value I am going to decode by providing here into the URL decode. And what are the parameter just came here in code 1, in code 2, this all I'm just printing to the, I'm just sending to the output tree. So I just created an output root. Under output root, I'm just creating a field xmlnsc. Under that, I just created a field called encode decode, and in code 1 I'm just assigning the variable in code 1. In decode 1, I'm just assigning a variable that variable value as a decode 1. In encode 2, I'm just assigning the variable value as a encode 2, and in decode 2, I'm assigning a variable value as a decode 2. Okay, so if I will say what I am doing here, I'm just creating a variable in code 1 which is a character type, and this value I am assigning against this, and this value is the encoding of the Sutiwari. Further, I am creating another variable which is a character type and assigning this value, and this value is the decoding of the what we have encoded earlier and stored into the encode 1. Similarly, I am just creating a variable this which is a character type, and I am storing the value of this, and this value is the encoding of the URL, that is I am storing into this. And whatever we have encoded and stored here, I am just decoding here by using URL decode, and I am storing into this. Okay, and further in the output I am just sending the value of the variable that we have stored. Okay, so That's about the URL encoding and decoding. So let me hit the flow and let me show you. Okay, so let me execute the flow. So let me write here. I just written here, flow came here, it came into the debug mode. Now let me go inside the compute node. Okay, you can see currently there is no variable created with encode one. So once I will use, okay, you can see encode one has created, and you can see encode Risuti has been encoded like that. Further with the decode one, I will decode the Risuti. So you can see this is the decoded value, this is the encoded value. So in decoded it will be Risuti, and in encoded it will be like that. Similarly for the URL, you can see I just decoded the URL, and the URL will look like that. The URL will be look like that after decoding. And if I will encode yeah, after encoding, if I will decode the URL, then it will be like that. So URL actual, my actual URL is this, and I am decoding this URL in for, and after decoding it will be looking like that. Okay, and same thing I am just want to send it to output. So let's see. You can see same thing I printed here. So what I did, this is the first, I have decoded the Risuti. So decode encoded the Risuti. So after encoding Risuti will look like that. Further I have encoded the this value, and after encoding sorry, further I have encoded Risuti, and after encoding it is looking like that. Whatever we have encoded, I further decoded this, and this is the actual format it came. Further I have encoded the URL. After encoding it will looking like that. So you can see it is something like that. No one can understand what exactly written here after seeing this. Are you able to understand? I don't think you will be able to understand. Okay, so it will be looking like that. Further this parameter I am using, I am decoding it, and it will came to actual format, that is this one. So this is the URL that we are encoding here. Okay, so you can see how basically it looks. Okay, so in this way we have encoded and decoded the URL. Understand how basically encoding and decoding works. Okay, so now if I will say in one line, URL encoding and decoding. Encoding is used to encode the URL so that no one can understand what you have decoded. If you want to see back to original, then you can use the decode. Okay, so that's about the URL encoding and decoding. Now let's go to back to last operator, that is the substring. That is very much important. Okay, whatever the operator you have learned till now, from that this is the most important. So let's try to first do our one, let's build and save the bar file and deploy the flow. Okay, so let's understand the concept. Substring, it is syntax is the substring source expression. This is the source expression from a start position, or you can use the before position or after position, and last is the for string. Okay, for string length. Okay, it extract the character from a string and to create another string. Okay, so if there is, suppose if there is a string, and from that string if you want to extract a particular letter or word, so with the help of substring we can extract the character from the string, and you can create another string. So substring is used to extract the particular character from a string to create another string. Now let's go to example, understand the situation. Okay, in the first example this is I am using the operator is substring. Under that I am just using this as a source expression. Just understand this is the source expression. From I am using, because you can see from start position, this is 7th is a start position, and the 4 string length, 4 and 6 is the string length. Okay, what is mean by that? So I am just using the substring Rishu Tiwari from 746. So from 7, what is the 7? From 7, first, second, third, fourth, 6, 7, 6 and the 7. So from 7 means from T, and the 6th letter I want to substring that. Substring means it is cutting like that. Okay, substring is like that, cutting. Okay, it basically cut the string. Okay, from the string. So it will basically from 746. So from 7 means from T, and 46 means 6 letter. So it will be Tiwari. So return Tiwari will be written. Again I'm saying this is the source expression from start position. Start position is the 7th. So go to the 7th, just count from beginning. 1 2 3 4 5, space is the 6 and the T is the 7th. Okay, the 7th is the start position. 4 6, 4 string length. For how many string length? For 6. So 4 6, so it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this will be the returning. So we will return as a Tiwari. Now let's go to the second example. In second example, Rishu Tiwari, I am just substring before Tiwari. So before Tiwari. So before Tiwari, what is? Before Tiwari, it is Rishu space. So it will print, it will return as a Rishu space. So whatever the print, whatever the, if it will be Rishu Kumar Tiwari, so it will return as a Rishu Kumar. Okay. So whatever the present before Rishu Tiwari, before Tiwari, it will return as a output string. Now let's go to the third example. Third example, I am just Rishu Tiwari before Tiwari 4 3, 4 string length. So before Tiwari, you can see before is the Tiwari, this means before this, and the 3 letter. The first letter is this space, second letter is H U, and third letter H. So this will be the returning. So H U space is the, it will return. Now let's go to the fourth example. Fourth example, Rishu Tiwari is the source expression before Y. So where is the Y? You can see this is the Y, and before that, what is that present? Before that, this is present. So it will print like that, Rishu Tiwar. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the next example. Rishu Tiwari after Rishu. So after Rishu, what is present? After Rishu, a space and Tiwari is present. So this will give as a return. Rishu Tiwari after T 4 5. So after T, so after T, what is this? After T, these are present, and we have to count the 5 letter. So first it will be like that, first, second, third, fourth and fifth. So it will return this thing, IWRY. Okay. Substring Rishu Tiwari after S, but problem is that here there is no S. So it will return blank string. So that's the all example I have tried to explain you. Substring, as name suggests, substring, it basically extract the character from a string. You can see what it is doing. It is extracting Tiwari from Rishu Tiwari. It is extracting Rishu from the Rishu Tiwari. It is extracting HU from the Rishu Tiwari. It is extracting Rishu Tiwar from the Rishu Tiwari. It is extracting Tiwari from the Rishu Tiwari. It is extracting IWARY from the Rishu Tiwari. It is, if there is no character founding, then it is extracting blank from Rishu Tiwari. But there, if nothing is, if nothing matching, so it will be blank string. Okay, so it basically extract the character First point you need to remember, from a string, from a string, and to create another string. So basically it creates another string. To extract the character, you can see these are the character extracted from a string, from this string, and it basically create another string, that's this string. Okay, so that's about the substring. Okay, now let's execute the flow and let's see how what basically getting returned. Okay, so let me hit the flow has been executed, and it came to the, let's go inside the compute node. You can see first line executed. What I'm doing in output route, I'm just creating a field called xmlnsc. Under xmlnsc, I'm creating a field called substring. Under substring, I'm creating a many field that substring 1 2 3 4 5 7. Under that, all the returns of the extract character, I'm just storing it. So whatever the returning coming from the this substring, I'm just storing under the each field. Okay, so if you see the first field I already created, so you can see under that tivar e, that same thing is stored here. Okay, so if I will again further do the for the all the string, you can see all has been executed. And if you will further go to the to see the all the strings, you can see first string is the tiwari, you can see same thing is returning tiwari. For second it is the risu. For third it is the hu and the space, hu and the space, you can see. And first for this is the risu tiwari, for this is the tiwari, and for this is the iwry, and for this is the blank string, for this is the blank string. Okay, so that's the all about the substring. Okay, so same thing we will see in the output. I will, let me browse the output queue. You can see tiwari, risu, after that there is a space, hu, after there is a space, risu tiwar, and before there is a space and tiwari, iwry, there is blank string. Okay, so this is the same result that it is written here. So it is the same result that it is written here. You can match it. Okay, you can if you want, you can match it. tiwari, risu space, hu space, risu tiwari, space tiwari, iwari, and blank string. Okay, so I hope you have understand the string operator. Further, I want to take 2 minutes more in the string operator. First point you need to remember in string operator is that it returns the string, that is the character. It returns the string. Second point is that it works like that. It in the source expression, or in the, this is the source, in source expression, it basically extract character to create another string. It is basically extracting the character from here, from this string, and it is creating a new another string. And if I am saying from 7, it will be from 7th letter, and 4 6 minute it will replace, it will extract the 6th string with the 6th length. Okay, before means it will be before letter, and after minute it will be after a particular letter, and 4 means you can see how many letter it will extract, that's the it will tell. Okay, so that about the substring. Okay, so I hope you have understand the substring also. So let me uncomment this also, comment this also. Okay, so all thing we have covered, all thing. If I will tell you, we have covered the contain operator, start with, end with, length, and lel trim, r trim, overlay, replace, translate, space, url decode, encode, and substring. Okay, if I will tell in one line, further it will take 2 minutes. Contains basically returns the boolean, and it will check whether the particular such expression is present in source expression or not. If it will present, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Similarly, starts with and end with, check whether the source expression starts with or ends with the such expression or not. Again, it returns the boolean. Left and right basically truncate the field from the left and right. Length basically turns the length of the string, and L case U case is used to convert into the lowercase and uppercase. L trim is used to space left space trimming, R trim to right space trimming, and trim basically used to left and right and any space from left right, and it can trim also a particular letter. Overlay is used to replace a part of a string within a substring. Position is used to find a position of one string within another. Replace is used to replace a part of a string with supplied substring. Translate is used to also replace a part of string with substring, but it is act as a actual at the character level. So it individual character will be replaced with the supplied substring. Okay. Replicate, it basically creates a multiple copies of supplied substring. A space is used to create a blank space. URL encode is used to encode the URL, and URL decode is used to decode the value that we have encoded earlier. And substring is used to extract the character from a string to create another string. Okay, so that's all string operator we have covered, that we have mentioned here. I don't think anyone is left. Okay, so I hope this video will has become a longer, but it's very meaningful lecture. Okay, so again, if you have any question, any doubt, you can reach out to me, you can send me email. And I have already mentioned here, if you write, if you have concentrated on this, feel free to reach out to me over my mail. That's learnandpassofficial@gmail.com, and you can reach out to me over also Instagram. So thank you all.